Hello everybody and welcome to today's adventure. I'm going to be mudlarking through this brook today, just on the outskirts of Somerset again. So it's somewhere new to us, but it is connected to a body of water that we've been to in some of our previous videos and had lots of luck. So I'm hoping that means we'll find some interesting stuff. So we're just going to get down now into the shallow water. It's a really lovely day for it. Have a look around, see what we can find. So I'll bring you back shortly. Hello everyone, so we're in. Access was not quite as easy as we thought. Lots of stinging nettles and very steep, but we are in. We've got these lovely 3 arches to explore, some lovely clear water and a beautiful day with a free afternoon. So we're going to get going, have a look around. Don't know what we're expecting to find, hopefully some bottles, lots of bits of pottery for me, and we'll see what else there is. We've brought the pinpointer as well, so we'll hope for some coins, but you never know. So I'll bring you back shortly and let you know. Hello everyone, so the first thing that I've spotted that looks interesting is this. Doesn't have any names or anything on it, but yeah, still really good find. So fingers crossed there's plenty more where that came from. So I'm sure that you can see what I can see. There's another bottle just lying here waiting to be found, which is always nice, so hopefully it's in good condition. And it is, look at the top of that, it's got a wide top. Nice square body. It has got some lettering on it actually. Let me see if I can read it. Not quite. Yeah, it has got some writing there. I can't quite see it here. But I will take that home and I'll let you know if I can identify it. So yeah, another nice bottle find, which is good. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for more and for some pottery. Who knows what else we might find. There might be some interesting stuff to come across. Hello guys, I've just pulled this out by eye. I've really got, it's such an interesting shape and it feels sort of quite good quality. It was obviously made to be something. Hopefully you can get a good enough sort of view of it there. And it's obviously sort of broken off of something, so I'm not sure what I think it is. Maybe it was, I mean, I really don't know. So if you recognise it and you think you can ID it for me, then let me know. I'm going to keep it just in case. So I am a bit slower on my feet today. I've got a bit of a sprained ankle, so I apologise for some slow progress. But I'll try and bring you with me as much as I can while I'm still sort of steady enough to walk while holding the camera. But I can see a few interesting pieces here. I think that's just part of an old tile actually. But look. A nice top of an old jar. It's nice. Oh, this is nice. To the bottom of a plate there and then turn it over. It's got that lovely pattern. Look, try and give that a clean up. So I think that'll come out nice actually. Some nice colours there. So that's good. Some signs of pottery as well. I always love to find little chips and interesting things. Let's just head a bit further up this way. The rock. Oh, I think that's a bone actually. Thought it might have been a bit of clay. Oh, such luck. Oh, it's a bit murkier in the shade. It's alright. More bits of bone, I think. Might be a few of those to come out. No, another nice piece there. It's nice. I love the yellow and blue. That's really nice, isn't it? It's a bit of a curve at the bottom, so. And another older piece there. No pattern that side. So I'm going to put the camera in for a little bit and walk down a little bit further. So I'll bring you back and let you know what I can find. Hey guys, so Ryan's just ventured a bit further down than me. He's a little bit quicker on his feet today, and he's found this beautiful bottle, which is one of the nicest I think that we've ever found. So it's in pretty good condition, a few nicks out of the top there, but just look at the advertising on this. So it says registered, and then it's Boyce and Sons And it looks like it says champagne gingerade. I'm not sure that sounds that nice. And then it's got the trademark there at the bottom, which is Shire Hampton, which is just on the outskirts of Bristol actually, so pretty local for us. So I'm absolutely over the moon with that bottle. That's a really great find from Ryan. So yeah, bottles to be found definitely. We're going to keep going, so I'll keep you posted. Look at the lovely area that we've got to Lark today though. It's really beautiful, on the outskirts of a really stunning village actually. So yeah, obviously things to be found as well, which is great. So it's shaping up well so far, and I'll keep you posted and let you know what else there is. So I've just found this under the water, which is a really old, really thin piece of clay pipe stem. So that's my first sign that there are potentially clay pipes there, which is good. So I'm going to keep looking for those. I love to find these. Along with pottery, that's good. So that's a nice find. So I've had a few pieces of pottery here so far, a few smaller pieces, nothing sort of hugely substantial. And then I found this, which is just a beautiful piece of blue and white. Absolutely stunning picture on there that you can still see quite a lot of. It's still got quite a bit of shape to it as well. So I'm over the moon with that. I think that's a really beautiful piece. Just put it there in the light for you. I'm going to give that a good clean up, and I'm sure that will clean up beautifully. I imagine that was something really magnificent in its day. And that's what I love about finding these pieces. Ryan's just pulled out this from under one of the arches in the old bridge here. It's an absolutely enormous horseshoe. So we've had a couple of these before, but none quite as big as this one. They're meant to be good luck, aren't they? So might take it back with us and put it up in the garden for a bit of good luck. Hello, so I'm under the bridge now. You can probably hear the echo. And there's another beautiful bottle find here. So this one that says Walker's Company. And I think it says Bath actually at the bottom there, Bath and Bristol. So again, another really local one for us, which is always great to find. And I really like adding the local ones. Let's just get rid of that, to our collection. Oh look, it's blocked up at the top. And that is a really interesting shape actually. It's pretty round on the bottom. So really, really pleased with the bottle finds that we've had today. Another great find to add to the collection. So there's another tantalising sight just under this furthest bridge. Look at it, an old cream jar, I think. Actually, I think if you've watched my last video, we took our daughter Ella came with us, and she found a very similar one to this, albeit a little bit smaller. So that's nice. We can add that to that collection. Can't see any writing or identifier marks on it at the moment, but I will give it a clean up. See what I can find out about it. So here's an interesting find. Ryan's just picked up this piece of metal, and normally we wouldn't sort of really think anything of it, except if you look closely, it has actually got a name on it, or the remains of a name. So I think it's a surname. I think that says Darwell Smith, double-barrelled, and you can just see under my finger there what must be the end of a first name or something. So I've got no idea what it was or why it would have someone's name on it. Was it a sort of sign above the door or something? So let me know if you've seen anything like it, if you know what it is, and then once I know what it is, I might have a good go at trying to identify. So we're still managing to find lots of nice little pottery chips as well. Look at this handle, which has just got the lovely shape there and just the remnants of a pattern, a nice blue pattern on it. And I can see a couple of other bits. I'm just going to go in and have a look if there are anything. Oh look, I think that actually might be part of the same handle. I'll have a bit of a play when I get home and see if it is. It's certainly got a very similar pattern and shape, so that's nice. You can see that there's a little waterfall there, so it's not massively deep, but I can imagine if anything sort of particularly fragile comes down it, it's not going to last very long. I thought I saw a little bit of pipe stem there. Can't see it now. Can't see that there. It's nice, isn't it? That was obviously the bottom of a teacup or something. Looks like it's got a nice texture pattern on it. There, look. What's this it? So I'm just going to keep having a little dig around. Like I said before, I'm not sort of hugely mobile, so I'm just going to have a look around sort of close, see what else I can find. So I'll just catch up on a couple of pieces I found. There's a nice old handle here from something, and 2 more pieces of pipe stem, one thin and a sort of thicker, shorter piece. No bowls yet, but I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. Lots of snails that look like they could be bowls, but not pipe bowls yet. So here's another interesting find that's just come out from under the bridge. So on first inspection we thought maybe it was a clay pipe stem, but it's far too heavy for that, and it's not clay. And if you have a look, I mean, to me it looks like it's an old ink pen with a bent nib. What do you think? Have you seen anything like it before? So if you can recognise it, let me know. But that's, yeah, definitely an interesting find that's got us confused. But it is nice to find some different stuff actually, so I'm quite pleased with that also. Let me know what you think. So here's another nice pottery find. It looks like the bottom of an old dish or something, I'd say. No pattern on it that I can see, but it's got a really lovely shape to it, so that's good. There's hopefully still more pottery to be found. There's actually Ryan finding me some in the background there, so let's go and have a look at what he's just pulled out. Behind the stingers. Oh look, this looks like it's broken up as it's come down that waterfall. So a nice blue rim to it. Maybe that was a little dish or something. So yeah, plenty more to be found. And there is another pipe stem as well. So again, no more bowls, but a few clay pipe stems that we've had here, different shapes and width. They're always nice to find, aren't they? Here's a nice pottery find. This looks like the lid of something, I'd say, and it's got a beautiful pattern there. I don't think it was meant to be that shade of green, but isn't that beautiful? And I just imagine that would have had a really lovely shape as well. Look at the corner of it there. So yeah, pleased with that. We've dug this out with the pinpointer actually. It is metal, it's fairly heavy actually, and it looks like a grate off of something. Not sure how to age it or even to identify what it was once off. So I don't know whether it is a recent dump, but it doesn't look like it from the way that it's sort of bent up. So yeah, this place is really lovely actually, because it's got the normal things that we sort of like to find, some bottles, some pottery, but also some interesting stuff as well that I do like to find and try and work out what it was and identify it if I can. And we're going to just go a bit further up, out of the bridge, the other way up now, upstream, and see if there's anything else. It's much more still up here, so harder to spot things. A bit murkier. Pottery there just shining up at me. I don't think there's any pattern left on it actually, which is a shame. I'm sure it would have been marvellous in its time. So it's a bit harder for me to navigate up this way, so I'm going to head back under the bridge and go down the other way and see if Ryan's found anything. So here's another really nice pottery find that Ryan's picked out for me. It's got a really nice pattern. A chip, maybe it's a bit of a plate or something. And then on the back, almost got the maker's mark. So that's an added bonus on the other side. I'm sorry that I've not been able to take you with me as I've been looking through this brook, but I just want to go careful so that I don't go over, do myself any more damage, and it's hard to bring the camera with me. But I'm showing you the finds as they come out, and I'll let you know what else there is and keep you posted. An old paste jar. We found plenty of these in our time, but I do like to find them in good condition, so that's a nice find, just lying there waiting to be picked up. So we've just come across this, which is particularly interesting looking. A sort of hooked shape. It's quite heavy metal, so I don't know what it would used to be used for or how old it is. But there we go. There's quite a few sort of metal bits here actually, which is sort of interesting to find, tell us a bit of a story about the area. So let me know if you think you can identify that. I'm sure it would have had some purpose in its time, but it certainly looks like it's been in there a long time. So we found this as well, which is really pretty heavy actually, and didn't have to dig for it much. In fact, almost tripped over it. It was that keen to be found. Got absolutely no idea what it is. Like I said, pretty heavy. Something interesting on the top there. So I don't know if it was a sort of lid of something industrial, I'm guessing, but I've got no idea what. So there's a whole range of slightly odd things here. I'm going to have a look at all of them and see if I can identify them and find out a little bit more about the area, as I've said. So if you've seen anything like it, you know what it is, let me know. Not one I'm going to take home with me, but there you go, still an interesting find on this lovely sunny Sunday afternoon all the same. So I've just found this, another interesting jar. It's got a name on the front there. I can't identify, it looks like it might have been a foreign word actually. Is it pink? Oh, I don't know. See if I can clean it up and have a look. So again, not sure that I can age that, but it definitely looks like it's been here a while and it's been sort of moving along. So yeah, that's quite a nice design actually. Quite like that one. So I'm just over towards the bank now, and I'm just going to have one last sort of look at this side, just to make sure that I haven't missed anything super exciting. We've had a really good haul today actually. We found loads of bottles and jars, which is always nice. Less pottery, but what we have found has been good all the same, so it's okay. And a few interesting pieces as well, just to keep us occupied. What's that? Oh look, it's a spark plug. Not at all a clay pipe or anything particularly interesting to take home. But there we go, worth checking, right? Into the shade now, so it'll be a bit easier for you to see. A little harder for me actually to spot things slower. Water runs much deeper in this bit actually. I'll try and go up under this bridge and just see if there's anything. This is the only one that I haven't been under yet, so let's check in. It's just stone. No, just stone. Look at that, isn't that stunning? It's a really nice bridge actually. See if it's got anything underneath it. You can see that the ground is much flatter here, so I guess things don't tend to get stuck around as long as they do in the rocky parts. Oh, look. How intriguing. I might try and have a little look and see if there's anything up there of interest. Isn't that interesting? It's obviously part of the structure of the bridge, look. So yeah, I'm not going to go all the way, but I might just poke my head in, see if I can find anything of interest. I'll let you know. So I've just had a little look part way up the mystery tunnel. It's quite hard to navigate for me, and there isn't anything sort of massively interesting to convince me to go any further, which is a shame. But while I've been gone, Ryan has found a coin, it looks like. I'll clean it off for you. Yes, it is a coin. And it's a really nice one, look at that. Oh wow, it's in pretty good condition actually. It's scratched up, it's Edward. Oh, 1 penny, and it's got a date there, 1904. Fantastic. Oh, so that's really nice. I love finding coins. We have had a few lately since we've started using the metal detector and the pinpointer, which Ryan usually does, and I just look by eye. The last few that we found have been really interesting, but you haven't easily been able to identify them. So it is nice to find one which is a bit worn, but in pretty good condition for its age. So I'm super pleased with that penny, and we'll add that to our collection. So today is obviously a good day to find bottles. This one, I don't think has quite got a date on it, although it might just be worth having a look, seeing if I can work out what that says. Something on the other side as well, but not easily sort of identifiable at this point. See, there might be a few marks on it. It's a really interesting shape actually, isn't it? Reminds me of the old Corona bottles that I used to have, screw top. So yeah, that's another nice find. We've got a bumper haul of bottles actually, which is really lovely because we like to add to our collection, and that's another great one. So here's a shot of all the bottles that we found today. We've been really pleased with our haul. Some nice bottles and jars. The bottle at the front there, the Walkers and Company from Bristol and Bath, has actually still got liquid in it, and I thought it was just blocked up, but it looks like it's still got a cork in it, so that's really good. I haven't been able to find out what they used to make though, so I'm going to go home, take them home, do a bit of research, and I'll let you know what I can find out on my finds today. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. We've had some really good finds. I probably haven't been as mobile as I am usually, so I apologise for that. But I hope you've enjoyed coming with us all the same and finding everything that we found. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody. I'm going to do a quick roundup of my finds today because we've had a bit of a bumper haul and there's some really interesting stuff that we've managed to do a bit of research on, with some help actually from my friends over on my Facebook page. So if you want to go and like my page, feel free. It's Lucy's Larking Adventures, and I do share my finds on there and do an update on some of the history that I found on them when I can find it. So feel free to go and have a look at that. So here are some of the nicer things that we found today. So there's some lovely pieces of pottery, always my favourite. I particularly like this piece I showed you. That's really lovely, isn't it? I have cleaned it up, not particularly well, probably needs a bit more of a clean. This is really nice. I thought this was blue actually, but it's washed up quite nicely and it's got a really nice green colour, the bottom of a plate there. And then this lovely piece with the willow pattern, and you can just still see a lovely picture there. And the colours really come out on that as well, so that's really nice. And then the top of a dish there as well. The massive horseshoe, which we brought home just because of the size of it really, which is sort of pretty interesting. So we're going to have that, and hopefully that will bring us some luck, and that might mean some more good finds in the future. Another one of these jars, which my daughter Ella found last time we were out Larking, I found a smaller one actually, so this is quite a nice one to accompany it. And I thought then, and still now, that it's probably a sort of cosmetic cream jar. I'm not even sure how to age that actually, but that's quite nice. Add to the collection. Another paste jar, we find loads of these, that's a good condition one. And then a few jars here. So this was an Epicure one. I couldn't read this in the water actually, but it's Epicure. I haven't been able to find out tons about them. I think that they were sort of reusable jar makers from what I understand, although still a bit more work to do on those. So I will post an update if I can find out anything else. And this is just a clear square jar, no sort of maker's marks or anything on it. But who knows what that was used for and how long ago. And then some of the nicer bottles. So this one I really like. It says coffee extract, and then just over the side it's W.P. Branson. So again, that one could probably do with a bit of a clean up, but that's nice, isn't it? A lovely shape to it. It's always nice when it's got the name on it. This one, I can't clean this sort of much better actually. So if you've got any top tips for how to clean the inside of bottles like this, give me a shout. I'm sure many of you will have found them. It has got a mark there that you can sort of probably just see, but I can't quite read it. Is it Tizer? Do I think it might be Tizer? So I think that is potentially an old sort of Tizer bottle. I really like the shape of that one, so I would like to clean that up a bit more. So let me know what you think. And then these two, which are the absolute sort of stunning finds of the day, which Ryan found actually, and they are just sort of fantastic. So we'll start with this one. This one we actually found with half of the cork still in it and some fluid in it, but we couldn't preserve the cork even until we got home. As we got out of the car, it sort of exploded out, so there must be a knack to that. But anyhow, it says here you can see H.J. Walker and Company. It's got the Masonic symbol at the top there and the trademark, and then at the bottom it says Bath and Bristol, and it was registered in March 1869. It's got the rounded bottom, so it's a sort of soda bottle, and actually what we've been able to find out is that Walker was a purveyor of mineral water in Bath. He later combined his company with Raggett to become Walker and Raggett Co, and they worked out of Bath and Bristol, hence the sort of Bath and Bristol there. And that happened in 1869 actually, so this is probably just on the cusp of that changeover of name. So I love that, and from what I've told my bottle digging friends, that is a pretty rare find, and it's in actually really, really good condition, so really pleased to add that one to my collection. And then finally another local find for us. This one is Boyce and Sons, and this says Champagne Gingerade, which is, I mean, it's slightly odd, isn't it? But it's got the trademark there at the bottom in Shirehampton. An interested party. Excuse the cat in the background. So it's got the trademark and Shirehampton at the bottom, and you can just see in there, look, the stopper still in there. And then on the back here it says Chapman's Birkenhead, and it's got the patent stopper. So I absolutely love that, and it's got the Bristol mark there, and then the maker's mark of the bottle is BBW Co Limited. And we think that was Brick and Bottling Works in Bristol. So again, another rare one, a few sort of chips around the top, but an absolutely lovely bottle to add to our collection. And again, it's always really nice when you find something super local and really good condition. So a really good lark for us today. It's definitely one that we'll go back to when I'm in sort of better condition. I've had a bit of a sprain to my ankle, as I said earlier, so once I'm fully fit we'll go back and have another look. There are a few more interesting things that we found today, some of which we haven't been able to identify. So we found some sort of pipe stems here, a few more pieces of pottery actually. This was my mystery item. I don't even know if it's anything interesting, but it just feels like it used to be sort of part of something. So let me know if you can recognise it, whether it was a sort of badge at some point or something. And then this, which I still think looks like a sort of bent pen. It's pretty heavy actually. And I think that looks like the nib of an old sort of fountain pen. What do you think? I'll show you that in a bit more detail. And then of course the coin. So again, Ryan found this with his metal detector, and this is a 1 penny from 1904, so it's definitely got some age to it. It's actually in pretty good condition, isn't it, compared to others that we found certainly sort of recently. You can identify what it is for a start, which is good. And there you go, there's Edward on the back there. So yeah, really good find, loads of interesting stuff, a whole mixed bag really of interesting things, pottery, some lovely bottles, and the great big horseshoe to bring us luck. So as I said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed coming on this adventure with me. We'll be back out again soon, so check out my next video. I am on Twitter as well, so that's Lucy Larking, so feel free to come over and follow me there, and you can see some more of my finds. See you next time, bye.